I swore I wouldn't do it. I've been crushing this sugar diet. I've been focused. I've been disciplined. But then it happened. I was faced with the devil at work in the ICU. This is the devil. A former patient of the ICU that I'm currently working in, man, this guy been through hell and survived. Came back yesterday just to thank us, to show his appreciation for the work that had been done. He had 2 restaurant-sized, large aluminum trays filled with chocolate chip brownies that he had made himself. I mean, these things were massive, and he had one for day shift and one for night shift, so there was plenty to go around. And of course I wanted one. You know, everybody's like, oh man, this is gonna be awesome. These things, they remember, apparently his wife had brought some while he was a patient, and so everybody's like, oh, I remember this guy, and these were some of the best brownies I've ever had. That's what they're saying. So I was like, you know what? It's a celebration. I'm gonna partake, you know, even though I've been crushing it. So yes, I had that one little bite. I cut it out, brought it out. I formed it so it would look all nice. And I was like, this is what I'm gonna have. I'm gonna enjoy the hell out of this one bite. And yeah, it was amazing. You know, I say all the time, I like my cookies and my brownies like I like my steak, medium rare. I don't think there was a chance for any sort of guilt to come into the picture, because honestly, when I saw it, I was like, hey, I'm not even, like, I had already had like almost 200 grams of carbs by that time, so I was flying high. I mean, I wasn't hungry. I wasn't even thinking about that. My initial thought was, I'm not even gonna have any of this. But I was like, yeah, let's be a part of the situation, a part of the celebration. So I cut out my little bite, and that was the end of it. Once I ate that, I enjoyed it, I savored it. I went back to work, you know, I was like, all right, cool. You know, but I was like, yeah, I definitely want to share this. This is another little victory in this trail, you know, in this journey. For me, at least, is being able to look at that and just be like, pfft. There were times at my old job, man, especially during the pandemic, when people were bringing just insane amount of food to nurses and ICUs where I was working at the time. I don't know if you know, like, crumble cookies. You know, those things are the size of a small plate, and I would go, they'd bring dozens of them. And I would go in there throughout the course of a day and eat like 3 of them. You know, and I think those things are like 400 or 500 calories a piece. So, you know, I think a big thing, there's that like Tony Robbins quote, I think, where it's like, it's not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives. It's what we do consistently that matters. And so that was another, you know, impetus for me to be like, you know, yeah, just have a little piece of the brownie, enjoy it, and go on. And that was what I did. That bite didn't break my progress. You know, it was just a moment. But it was a moment that meant something. Because food isn't just fuel. Sometimes it's a connection. Sometimes it's a celebration. Sometimes it means being part of a community. I mean, there's a big victory in this, in that it didn't throw me into a binge. I didn't spiral. I didn't throw in the towel on my goal. I enjoyed the gesture. I smiled, and I just stuck to my plan. Those gray areas of humanity have to be a part of the plan. Being on a health journey does not mean being perfect. It means staying the course even when you hit a bump. You know, and sometimes if you have to schedule in bumps, You know, if that's what you want. I don't know, maybe sometimes you just want to be bumpy. So if you're watching this and you've had your brownie moment, you've had several brownie moments, you're not a failure, you're a human. And hey, it's like Mae West said, lead us not into temptation. We can find it ourselves. So I appreciate everybody who's been tagging along with me so far. I'm almost up to 100 subscribers. You know, keep going. I'd love for you to share your times that you had to go over a little bumpy patch or anything in the comments. Please let us know how you got through it. What was the situation? Did it throw you off course? Were you able to stay on course even though, you know, you went through that little trial? Do you regularly schedule those little trials? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Please please subscribe. You know, keep your head up, keep your head in the game, stick to a plan. If you don't have a plan, make one and just follow it through. Peace, you guys. I'll see you in the next update.